Get started. Welcome to the last technical committee meeting of the year.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right. We got quorum, so we'll go ahead. Public comments. I don't think there's any. Approval of minutes, and this would cover both the October and the November meetings. And you all have received the agenda packet from Jan. Any questions, comments on those two?
Let's take it one at a time, actually. And
Okay.
Does anyone have any comments on the October minutes? Corrections, anything of the sort?
Move to approve the October minutes.
Okay. Okay. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so
Opposed?
that's down.
And then we'll go on to the November minutes. Questions, comments? Hearing none. Can I entertain a motion?
So moved.
Jerry.
Second.
Okay. Further discussion? Okay, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. So moving on, we have two items related to more IDOT projects, and therefore the TIP, the Transportation Improvement Program amendments. And if you don't mind, Derek, you want to share some of the background for this too?
Yeah, we can stay these.
Yep.
Amendment 28 deals with the US 51 project. Just increased the money in construction engineering from $2 million to $2.5 million. And Amendment 29 basically moves the bridge deck overlays on I-55. That project was in the MIP last year. It moves it from 27 to 26. I think those are being in the tip already, so this may just be in addition to the tip. Just because it's letting his.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. So just making sure it was there before the for the letting. And the total cost is $6.4 million.
Derek, only a quick question just for the, we're all seeing costs spike up, the 2 to the 2.5, no issues with it. More of a question of, was it based on what you got back from consultants or based on what you're assuming, or they?
I would say that's a pretty safe assumption.
Good,
Yeah,
thank you.
this point again.
Just as we all engage in industry and trends and what they're doing, always good to hear what other partners are experiencing. Thank you.
Okay.
So one more question. So that amendment 29 is on January 16th levy.
Yeah, as far as I know. As far as the last game packet I got, if you want to ask like Jeff at the next meeting,
I can look when I get
because
back.
he gets a little bit quicker information than I get. Sometimes I have to wait to see it in the packet
Gotcha.
to know for sure or get a report.
I haven't been on the bulletin yet, the website yet, this for the January levy, so I need to look at that too.
Yeah, so last I knew it was.
Okay, thanks.
So we need a motion? Or did
Yeah, I just want to leave any further questions, comments. Was there some discussion going on? If that's okay.
I would move to approve Amendment 28 and 29 together.
Okay, no objections?
Second.
Okay. So that's approving together, right,
Yeah.
in a second, and then further discussion? Okay, hearing none, are those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, motion passed. Okay, going to items for information or discussion. Item number 7 is related to target setting in terms of safety target, the PMI. And each year, as you recall, from the past, we received the state target, and then all the MPOs are supposed to consider what targets they want to adopt. And so before I hand it over to Jan, I don't know, Tom, do you have anything you want to add, comments on anything?
No, other than what they're due 180 days after state has adopted their targets, which is February, so we're planning on
January.
moving along to January approval.
That's our
Trying to stay ahead
plan,
of the
that's our
deadlines.
plan, yeah. So, and I've asked Jen to, maybe give a little brief, background, for the sake of the group, today, so Jen.
Sure. We have traditionally done this by resolution of the policy committee, and just for discussion purposes, this is the resolution for this year. The targets are on the back. This is Exhibit A to the resolution. And what we have done is, and I gather that some people have reverted back to this practice, is to endorse and adopt the state targets with the proviso that the percentage changes that the state uses are sort of mathematically difficult at a much smaller number of incidents. So, if you're talking about 2% reduction, you've got 1,100 fatalities across the state or whatever, or however many. That's a reasonable number. That means something. When you're talking about 20 or 25, and that's pretty much the max experienced recently. That's not a meaningful number. So what we say is we are committed to these targets in terms of a mathematical sense, in proportional terms. So, we're not talking about 2/10 of a person dying or not dying. And we've used this process for years and years, and there's never been a repeat of it. So that's the, apparently our chairperson will change for the Regional Planning Commission, January, right?
There'll be election, I would say, change or not, who knows, but there will be election.
By January, we'll know who that person is, if it's different or not, and we'll fill in that name, and I'll fill in Jeff's title too. And then we'll be ready to go. And again, we have this conversation every year, and this is how we do it.
Okay,
Any
so,
questions?
yeah.
Or
questions?
concerns?
I mean, I've stated in previous meetings before, I think our inclination is to go or stay with the state's target, and then it doesn't mean that we cannot make us even safer for our area.
And
But it's that's
especially
yeah.
with our safety plan, that is
Yeah.
our intent, is to adopt. We have already adopted what essentially is Vision Zero plan, and our Go Safe action plan, and the idea is to achieve that goal. But in the meantime, we feel we can have reductions proportional to the state's goals or greater, and that is the intent.
Yeah, and then with the as Jen mentioned, the SS4A, the McLean County, the safety action plan that was adopted recently. So we will be scheduling with the task force in January, and we'll start with a smaller group, more the county, city, town representatives, and so safety is definitely is something we actively pursue.
Question I should know, but is the metric measurement for the performance target, is the map, are we able to go down into the MPA area or the county area?
This applies, as I understand it, to the MPA.
So
To
I
the-
agree.
to the-
And
to
I
the
went through this
MPO.
debate with another MPO, and they didn't, but I do think we're able to have that. I mean, I know we have the counties, but to be able to
Do you want
put
to
it down.
add it to this or something else? I mean,
No, it's the whole, it is, and either or, it's whatever is available is what we'll
the
go by.
majority of the fatalities do take place either on the interstates within the MPA, because that's where most of the roads are in terms of stuff that's used a lot. And we do have a sort of a heat map of fatal and serious injury crashes for both really. And one of the things that is in our new Go Safe plan that was adopted, as Ray said, at the end of September, is 2 different sets of sort of initial target priority facilities, 10 in the MPA and then 10 in McLean County outside of the MPA, most of which for some reason this time around are on kind of the eastern side. And it's county roads, county highways that again have had the number of fatalities that occur out there that create those priorities is much, much fewer than here in Bloomington Normal and environs, but they do occur, and we are taking notice of that in the plan and planning strategies to help mitigate those localities.
Well, we really just asking if we can map, say, as an outcome measurement later on, say by the end of, you know, the period. Is that what you're asking? If we can map
No,
those?
it's just wondering. Others had felt that they didn't realize that we had provided for these specific targets, that it was measured within the MPA area, not the county area. They didn't know that we were able to, our office be able to, and you, yes, is the answer, that's it. Good, all right.
Good. Any other questions, Liam, please?
Yeah, one correction, Mayor Kuzma listed city of Wilmington.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep fixing that and then I grab an old version. I'm
I'd
sorry.
love to see him sign
Okay, I will fix it for the umpteenth time. I just have to stop grabbing old versions and using it again without proofreading them.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yep, no
I-
problem.
I'm an idiot. Good thing it's a draft.
Any other questions, discussion? Okay, so our intent is really to bring this to the committees in January. So it can be adopted by the deadline. Okay, all right,
Understood.
good. Project updates, item number 8. Any project updates from the board? The only thing I would mention is the Veterans Parkway project. Some of you serve, or your colleagues from your organization serve on the project steering committee. We had a meeting last Friday. It was a good meeting, despite the weather, a lot of participation, both in person and virtual participation. And so the consultants, they've done, as you recall, there were open houses, back in October. They were recapping some of the findings, and also they're looking at the different alternatives, and trying to narrow it down and bring it back, to the committee at the next meeting, which will be January. I think it's the 9th of January. And so, continue to meet. We're at the last of the 4 phase project, and so we as a group meeting to narrow it down to the preferred alternatives, in the coming months. So it's moving along with the target date of the completion of the plan by September of 26. So, anybody got anything else to?
The only other one for Bloomington is Fox Creek Road Bridge alignment. We actually opened it back up for an additional questions. We had only 15 questions originally, which was good, but we worried that contractors didn't look at it enough. So after the deadline, they submitted a valid question that we can't answer. So we opened it back up, and we'll be looking to take that to the council, the second council of January for award, assuming it's an awardable bid. So we'll open up bids hopefully soon and get some reasonable pricing. So
Good.
that's kind of reason why I'm asking to see about what the prices are going up everywhere. So
We've seen it happen.
yes, it does.
Anybody else got? Okay, that which may arise. Next meeting will be January 16th at 2:30. Anything motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second. Okay. Thank you.